got Mark's car here in the workshop. We're going to put some coilovers in it, or Mark is. He's got, yeah buddy, and some rims. He's got BCs on these Cressidas though, the welding ones, so you've got to weld that part in there. And me and Mark aren't really good welders. Haven't done this before, but we're going to wing it and see what happens. And that's the rear ones. There's a first for everything. But first we've got to get these struts out. And the other thing is these bearings are sort of part of the strut as well. So probably have to redo the bearings, you know, as well. Just a bit more work. He's got these spare struts anyway, so we don't fuck it permanently. I'm just going to cut that off and weld in the base, and then set it all up, and hopefully do that all in an afternoon in the workshop. Enjoy. Alright, so he's got his struts out. Mark's been doing all this. That's his car, and I've been working on my car. That's why I haven't filmed everything, but he's over here cutting this in half.
Last techniques here.
Fairly thick and by the looks, and we've only got weld smalls angle rider, so give us some time. Don't know how many blades we're going to go through, but
we'll get there.
We'll get there. The hose clamps just to make sure we get a straight cut, that's all. Yeah, that's the progress so far.
25 mil we're cutting down.
Yeah, 25 mil start on that. And the coilover slips inside. Alright, so he's done cutting that. One side. Just undo the nut, man. Oh, you need to take that shit off. Where's the rest of it? Oh, over here. So he's got the what do you call it? The spindle guy. And that actually goes on the outside. Like so. Ta-da. So we're just going to fit it up like that now, I reckon, with no spring in it. Just a trial fit. Put it in the car, then we have to jack the bottom of the suspension up, make sure she goes low enough and all that business, sort of dummy fit it up, make sure we're happy. He's doing it the hard way. So he's just tacked the shock on to the knuckle, how it is now, and we're just checking the height. That's a maximum low but full droop, so we'll just jack it up a bit. See how low it goes. It's only a bit rough because it's on the police steel, but a bit more.
Don't want to crack the reps.
Yeah, it'll be somewhere around about there. So, poor Mark, he wants it lower. That's not good enough.
Look at that gap, man.
Look at that. That's just not good enough.
Commodore.
So, what we're going to do, he's going to cut this down lower. And so it'll be an extra probably inch lower again before we weld that onto the knuckle. Just to be safe, you can always wind that up and go higher, but if that's full low and that's not low enough, that'll be a bit disappointing. So, yeah.
Just to go down to 14 in the future.
Yeah. Like we said, we'd always bring it up with the adjustment, but if that's maximum low and that's not low enough, that'll be a very sad time. So we're just going to take it back apart and do that before we commit. So we'll take a bit off. So I've cut down these things. Not perfect, unfortunately, but we'll weld it on straight anyway. And we've cut. I cut probably maybe a little bit too much, but oh well. At least it won't be too high. So now we'll weld that on as it is. It's got height adjustment and camber adjustment, so no big deal if it's slightly off. I think should be right. Because this is cast, we're just going to heat it up a bit. Like I said before, we haven't done this before, but I feel like that's the right thing to do. Okay, let's see what happens. I think that's gone anyway. It's probably not what you'd call weld born, but I think that's gonna hold. Alright, now I guess you need to flip it up and do at least a little bit on the other side. Yeah, that's alright. It's not going anywhere. On the other side.
Yep.
Yeah, that's much. Yeah, not too bad. Just that last little section. Good enough, that ain't going anywhere.
Surely not.
Just tackling the rears.
Yeah.
It's biting us.
Professional Toyota tech here, this is how we do it. Right, first, give a decent mallet, then go up to the car.
Just belt it. Close. Go around the caliper.
Alright everyone, that's how you do rear springs on the car.
Piece of piss. We haven't even looked at how the new one's going yet. Alright, here's the rears we're just winging it. So we're assuming that goes up the top, if not slightly off fitting, but I figure it might just press in with a bit of weight on it. So yeah, Mike's just sit down to the shop to get some wheel nuts because he doesn't have enough wheel nuts to put his fucking wheels on. Yeah. Just put this in. Just put that nut on the top as I've done on the other side, and the original bush and all that business. Well, the camera's flat and I'm going home, leaving Mark to it. Just got to get these fronts painted up and put them in. Rears are all done. Might swing by on my way out later and see how he's going with it, but yeah, it is a bit of work. He's actually going to mask it up before he paints it. Alright, you can tell me what specs you got.
Alright, so 1985 MX73 Cressida. Ozdale obviously. It's got the old single cam 5ME 2.8 litre. Picked it up about 3 weeks ago off an old 90-year-old lady. Since then I have fitted a set of BC Racing Gold coilovers, which was a bit of a mission. We had to cut and weld the front struts to the inserts. Ended up cutting 50mm extra off the actual coilover itself, just so we can go lower if we have to. So we can. Wheels at the moment